we are in the part of rock cycle. As I have already told you, what is rock cycle? The transformation of rock, the changing up of rock from one type to another is known as rock cycle. The transformation of rock from one type to another is called rock cycle. How does it happen? What is the basic phenomenon beside it? We are going to discuss over here. Now, the first of all, when the volcano erupts, then molten magma comes out of the volcano. So it is the molten magma from where this cycle starts. This cycle comprises of such thing that one thing will get transformed into another. That's why it is known as cycle. So we are going to learn about the rock cycle. Now, when the molten magma, with the passage of time, with slowly and certainly by passage of time, cools down, it forms igneous rock. Here it becomes igneous rock. Now, when these igneous rocks roll down, hit each other, gets cracked, gets broken down into smaller granules, into small grains, those form sediments. Now, these sediments, when get deposited in layers or get stacked one over the other by the agents like wind, water, etc., it gets changed into sedimentary rocks. These sedimentary rocks, under great heat and pressure, when heat and pressure is being applied to such kind of rocks or to other rock, it gets transformed into metamorphic rock. These metamorphic rocks, now when with the passage of time, get buried deep inside the earth, because inside the earth, after every 65 kilometers, there is a decrease of 1 degree centigrade. That means inside, at the interior of the earth, there is too much heat. That's why molten magma or lava comes out of the earth's crust, earth core, you can say. So these metamorphic rock, when get buried deep inside the earth, slowly and certainly, when get influenced to high temperature, gets converted into molten magma. In this way, your cycle continues on. This is what we know as rock cycle. This is the thing. Now coming on to another topic, minerals. What are minerals? Naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and a definite chemical composition. That means two things we will be considering, two things we are taking. What are those two things? First one is certain physical properties and another one is a definite chemical composition. As for example, coal and petroleum. So minerals, if the question will be asked, what do you mean by the term mineral? What is mineral? It's a naturally occurring substance that has certain physical property and a definite chemical composition are called minerals. Example is coal and petroleum. This is all you have to write about the minerals. I have already told you earlier also when I was making you to learn rocks. Rocks are made up of minerals. So this is the basic thing with which rocks are being made. So question may be asked, what do you mean by the minerals? Then you have to write naturally occurring substance which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition. Now one more term comes, fossils. What do you mean by the term fossils? The remains of dead plants and animals get trapped in layer of rocks. Those remains of plants and animals that get trapped inside the rock is known as fossils. Those remains of dead parts of plant and animals which get trapped inside the rocks are known as fossils. This is all about the chapter. Now let's see some of the videos relating to the topic.
Have you ever dug a hole in your garden or in the sand on the beach? How deep were you able to see into the earth? Have you ever wondered how deep the Earth's interior goes? Let's find out. Imagine a boiled egg cut into half. Our Earth's layers very much resemble the same. The Earth's interior can be divided into 3 layers: the crust, mantle, and core. Let us learn more about each of these layers. The topmost layer of the Earth is called the crust. It is also called lithosphere. Part of this layer lies below the continent floors, and part of it also lies below the oceans. It is a solid layer made of mostly minerals and rocks. This solid layer has a thickness ranging from 8 to 50 kilometers. The average temperature of this layer ranges between 200 degrees Celsius and 400 degrees Celsius. Its density is 2.7 per cubic centimeter to 3 grams per cubic centimeter. The crust has 2 parts, the sealant and the seamount. The sealant is the upper layer of the Earth's crust. It constitutes silica and aluminium. Seamount is the lower layer of the Earth's crust. It constitutes silica and magnesium. The layer below the crust is the mantle. This is a semi-solid layer. The thickness of the mantle is 2,900 kilometers. Average temperature of this layer ranges from 870 degrees Celsius to 2,200 degrees Celsius. It has a density range between 3.5 grams per cubic centimeter and 5.5 grams per cubic centimeter. The mantle is rich in iron and magnesium. The third or innermost layer of the Earth is the core. The diameter of the core is almost 7,000 kilometers. The average temperature ranges from 2,200 degrees Celsius to 5,000 degrees Celsius. The density of this layer is between 5.1 grams per cubic centimeter and 13 grams per cubic centimeter. This layer is further divided into 2 layers, the solid inner layer and the liquid outer layer. The core is rich in iron and nickel. Did you know that much like you, even scientists have not managed to dig too deep into the Earth? They have only dug, say, 7 miles into the Earth's interior. Then, how do we know so much about the Earth's interior that goes thousands of miles deep? One of the methods scientists use to know all about the deep interiors of our Earth is the study of seismic waves. That is how we have come to know about the different layers of the Earth and their characteristics. These are the Ellora caves near Aurangabad in Maharashtra. Each of these caves has been carved out of a single rock. Do you know what kind of rock these caves were carved out of? They are carved out of basalt, which is a type of igneous rock. Igneous rocks are usually igneous rocks can be classified in two ways, based on where they are formed, that is, their origin, and on the basis of their chemical composition. Based on where the magma solidifies to form rocks, igneous rocks are classified into two types. When magma cools and solidifies on the Earth's surface, extrusive igneous rocks are formed. Basalt is an example of an extrusive igneous rock. Since the lava pouring out on the Earth's surface cools and solidifies quickly, extrusive igneous rocks are smooth, fine-grained, and crystalline. They are also called volcanic rocks. When magma cools and solidifies inside the Earth, the igneous rock formed is referred to as intrusive igneous rock. Granite is an example of an intrusive igneous rock. Since magma inside the Earth's surface cools at a slow rate, intrusive igneous rocks are generally hard and coarse with large crystals. They are also called plutonic rocks. When magma solidifies inside the Earth's surface, many different types of intrusive igneous rocks are formed. Let's learn about these different types. When magma rises up a vertical crack in an existing rock, the rock may crack open. The lava then solidifies in this crack to form a vertical narrow ridge-like structure called dike. When the magma cools down in a horizontal crack between layers of existing rocks, the intrusive igneous rock formed is called a sill. When large amounts of magma solidify under the Earth's surface in irregular shapes, the intrusive igneous rocks formed are called batholiths. They usually occur deep below the surface. When magma spreads horizontally and solidifies just below the Earth's surface, the intrusive igneous rock formed is called a laccolith. Laccoliths are usually dome-shaped at the top and flat at the bottom. Thus, on the basis of where the magma solidifies, igneous rocks can either be extrusive or intrusive. Intrusive igneous rocks can be of various types such as dikes, sills, batholiths, and laccoliths. Based on the chemical composition of the rock, igneous rocks can be classified as acid igneous and basic igneous rocks. Rocks that have high silica content of about 65 to 85% are acid igneous rocks. They usually don't have iron and magnesium and are light in weight. Granite is an example of acid igneous rock. Rocks that have a higher percentage of oxides of elements and silica content of only about 40 to 60% are called basic igneous rocks. These are heavy and dark in color. Basalt is an example of basic igneous rock.
So I have already told you that Deccan Plateau is being made up of this basalt, or you can say a type of igneous rock. Here And another example has been given that this Ellora caves were also being made up of this basalt rock. Mind you, because these Ellora caves lies in the region of Maharashtra, those Maharashtra regions and around that region lies in the Deccan Plateau only. That's why basalt rocks are being found over there, and that's why the cave over there, Ellora cave, which is in the region of Maharashtra, is also made up of basalt rocks. Okay.
This is the image of the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Have you ever wondered what type of rock has been used to prepare this mammoth structure which has withstood the test of time? This gigantic structure is made up of more than 2 million blocks of limestone, which is a type of sedimentary rock. Let us find out how the sedimentary rocks are formed. Sedimentary rocks are formed from already existing rocks that are broken down or eroded by water or wind. Let's take the example of flowing water that transports the smaller pieces of broken rock downstream in the form of gravel and stone. As the speed of the river decreases, the heavier sediments are deposited along the way in river beds. The finer particles are carried further away to seas or lakes. On examining a riverbed closely, you will notice that it consists of loose gravel, sand, silt, and clay. Since they are still very loosely placed, the layer is highly porous. Over a period of time, more deposits of similar kind get added. So now you will notice newer layers of sediment. Each layer presses down on the previous one. As this happens, the water between the sediments gets squeezed out. This process is known as compaction. Finally, cementation takes place as the layers bond together with natural materials like calcium compounds, silica, and iron to form sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are derived from existing rocks like an igneous rock. Thus, they are known as secondary rocks. They are also referred to as stratified rocks, as different layers of strata of sediments get deposited one over the other over a period of time. Based on the formation process, sedimentary rocks can be classified under 3 types: mechanically formed, chemically formed, and organically formed. Let's find out more about each. Mechanically formed rocks are formed by deposition and hardening of the underlying layers of sediment due to the pressure exerted by the weight of the overlying layers. Sandstone, breccia, and shale are mechanically formed rocks. Chemically formed rocks are formed when the minerals present in a rock are dissolved and carried by water. When the water carrying these minerals evaporates, it leaves behind the minerals whose chemical composition has now undergone a change. Gypsum, calcite, and rock salt are examples of chemically formed rocks. In organically formed rocks, animal remains and shells settle as sediments. Extreme pressure and temperature generated by overlying layers turns them into rocks. Limestone and coal are examples of organically formed sedimentary rock. This is the Taj Mahal in Agra. Do you know what kind of rock this beautiful structure is made of? It is made of marble, which is a metamorphic rock. Since metamorphic rocks are very hard and resistant, the marble of the Taj Mahal has stood the test of time. Let's learn how metamorphic rocks are formed. Metamorphic rocks are formed deep below the Earth's surface from igneous and sedimentary rocks. When heat or pressure or both act on these rocks, igneous and sedimentary rocks change or metamorphose to form metamorphic rocks. The internal composition of the rock also changes as heat and pressure transform the rock into a metamorphic rock. Thus, metamorphic rocks are rocks formed by the change in form and structure of existing rocks. Let's look at the two types of metamorphism based on factors that cause the transformation of the rock. These are thermal and dynamic metamorphism. When the transformation of the original rock occurs due to high temperature, it is called thermal metamorphism. The heat may be from hot magma or from friction of moving rock layers inside the Earth's surface. Under extreme heat, sedimentary rocks like coal undergo thermal metamorphism and change to graphite. Just as rocks are exposed to heat deep within the Earth's crust, they are also exposed to extreme pressure from the overlying rocks. When the transformation in the rock takes place due to pressure, it is called dynamic metamorphism. Limestone is a sedimentary rock that changes to marble through dynamic metamorphism. Often, the pressure causes the rocks to get pushed down to great depths where both pressure and temperature are high. The combined effect of heat and pressure also creates metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks, such as granite, are transformed into gneiss under the combined effect of heat and pressure.
So from this video we come to know that the very famous Taj Mahal, which is made up of white marble, and marble is an example of metamorphic rock. So it is a metamorphic rock of which Taj Mahal is being made. And one more very good example I have, it came to my mind, that our very famous red sandstone, our very famous red fort is being made up of red sandstone, which is an example of sedimentary rock. Okay, red sandstone is an example of sedimentary rock of which our red fort is made, and marble is used to make Taj Mahal, which is a metamorphic rock.
Based on the area covered by metamorphism, there are two types of rock transformations: regional and contact metamorphism. Sometimes during large-scale earth movements, such as during mountain building, rocks over a large area get affected. When rocks are transformed over a large area in this way, it is known as regional metamorphism. Sometimes hot magma intrudes between layers of rocks, and the contact with hot magma affects the rocks only in this area. When metamorphism occurs only in a small area in this way, it is called contact or local metamorphism.
So I think you might have enjoyed the video which has been given over here. It's a detailed study. Don't bother, don't go for such a detailed study. If you want to go, you can obviously go for the detailed study. But whatever the notes I have given you, and I am going to provide you short notes also in your text document. Moreover, video is also over there. So with the help of these things, you can prepare for your examination and other for your study things. And that's all about this topic inside our earth. So thank you, have a great day.